Hi fellow readers, my name is Meg, otherwise known as The Spectacled Reader. This is my first video and I've decided to make this channel to help share some reading tips and book reviews and to hopefully inspire people to read a bit more. It's said that a reader lives 1,000 lives. I don't know about that, but I think reading certainly makes life much more interesting. So as this is my first video, I thought I'd talk a little bit about my list. And when I was about 16, I decided with the long GCSE summer stretching out in front of me that I just wanted to read a little bit more and really get to know some of the classics, some of the books I felt I'd missed out on at school. So at school we were reading a lot of modern literature, which I enjoyed, but I really wanted to get to grips with authors like Austen, Dickens, Hardy, some of the authors that I'd never really read, but I'd heard so many good things about them and I just wanted to try them out. So over that summer I wrote out a little list of things that I wanted to try, books that I thought would just enrich my life, just make things a bit more interesting. And that list has grown a lot over the last 12 years or so, and now there's about 3,000 books on there, so whether I'll read them all during my lifetime, I don't know. It'll probably take several thousand lives to read them, but it definitely makes life a lot more interesting. I'm never ever stuck for a good book, and I've explored so many interesting worlds, so many characters that I've fallen in love with, so many different experiences I felt I've lived through those books. So in drawing up that list, it started out as things that I wanted to read because I'd just heard good things about them, and then I drew on other lists, so ones from The Guardian. I had a look in this one, 1001 Books You Should Read Before You Die, which they're constantly bringing out new editions of, and various other lists, things like the BBC Big Read from 2001, and I just pick books from that list whenever I'm looking for something to read to really get my teeth into, and I give it a go, and I explore lots of different genres, books I never thought I'd pick up, I fall in love with. So it's really, really worth doing. I really recommend just pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. It's fine to read books and genres that you're familiar with, but try new things. It's so worthwhile. I really recommend it. So, what have I been reading recently? Earlier in the week, I finished reading a Stephen King book, which is Christine. I'm not going to give away too much of the plot, because I'm sure lots of people want to try it already. It's a fairly old book. It came out in the 70s or 80s, I can't remember, I'm sorry. But basically, it's about a car that has a lot wrong with it. And I'm not just talking about a flat tyre or broken windscreen wipers. This car is messed up in many, many ways. And being Stephen King, there is a lot of horror, there's a lot of violence, there's a lot of bloodshed, but it's very, very scary. It did keep me awake at night for the first few nights after reading it. I wouldn't say it's one of his best. As you can see, it's quite a chunky book. It's about 600 pages long, and there was some stuff that could have been cut out without really affecting the plot. Being Stephen King, he does ramble sometimes, but it is worth reading. If you're a fan of horror, if you're a fan of Stephen King, definitely go for it. Anyway, so what have you been reading recently? Do you enjoy Stephen King? What other horror books do you enjoy? Let me know down in the comments. Also, if you have enjoyed this video, please click the like button or even the subscribe button. I plan to put out new videos every Thursday. We'll see how that goes. You can also follow me on Goodreads, and I'll put the link down in the description below. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video and keep reading. I'll see you next time. Bye!